Triple H just got the most brutal reality check in WWE history, and nobody saw it coming. If you're new here, smash that like button and subscribe right now, because this story is about to shake your entire understanding of who actually controls WWE. TKO Group Holdings has reportedly pulled the trigger on Triple H, and the fallout from last Friday's SmackDown mystery caller disaster is the reason this man's throne just crumbled beneath him. We are talking about the single most catastrophic creative failure in the modern WWE era, a failure so embarrassing, so publicly humiliating, that the suits at TKO couldn't look the other way anymore. Triple H built his entire legacy on being the visionary, the game, the man who saved WWE creative from the Vince McMahon chaos. But after what happened on SmackDown, that legacy just got incinerated in front of the entire world. Let's set the stage. For weeks, WWE creative under Triple H's direction had been building toward what was supposed to be the most explosive mystery caller reveal in recent SmackDown memory. The promos were sharp, the tension was real, every segment was carefully constructed to make the audience believe something massive was coming. Fans were posting theories across every platform. Reddit was on fire, Twitter was going insane. The buzz around this reveal was at a level that WWE hadn't generated organically in months. Triple H had the world in the palm of his hand. And then SmackDown happened. The reveal landed like a wet towel, flat, lifeless, completely disconnected from the expectations that his own creative team had manufactured. The reaction in the arena was telling, not heat, not pops, just confusion. And confusion is the one reaction that kills a wrestling angle faster than anything else. When fans are confused, they don't invest, they don't care, they flip the channel or scroll past your content. And that's exactly what happened. Social media didn't explode with excitement, it exploded with mockery. Fans weren't angry in the way that drives engagement. They were dismissive, and in the entertainment business, dismissive is a death sentence. What was the original nickname Triple H used during his early WWE career before the game became his signature persona? Drop your answer in the comments below. Now here's where it gets truly volcanic. TKO Group Holdings is not a wrestling company. Let's be absolutely clear about that. TKO is a publicly traded sports and entertainment conglomerate. These are people who answer to shareholders, board members, and quarterly earnings reports. They don't have patience for creative misfires that drive down viewership metrics and social engagement numbers. When SmackDown's mystery caller segment started trending for all the wrong reasons, when the clips were going viral as punchlines instead of must-see television, the phones inside TKO started ringing. And none of those calls were congratulatory. Triple H has operated 4 years with an extraordinary level of creative freedom. Paul Levesque, the human being behind the persona, earned that trust by delivering NXT as a legitimate developmental brand that produced generational talents. He earned it by booking WrestleMania cards that felt like events rather than obligations. He earned it by being the anti-Vince, collaborative, talent-friendly, story-focused. But creative freedom without accountability is a dangerous thing. And sources close to the situation are now saying that TKO's tolerance for creative risk has officially reached its breaking point. The mystery caller angle wasn't just a standalone booking mistake. It was the final straw in a series of creative decisions that TKO executives have been quietly questioning for months. The Randy Orton storyline that had fans gripping their seats, it stalled. The Roman Reigns comeback narrative heading into WrestleMania 42, it's been inconsistent at best. And now this. 3 high-profile stumbles in a row from the man who was supposed to be the gold standard of WWE creative direction. TKO didn't just react to one bad SmackDown, they reacted to a pattern. And patterns don't lie. Which WWE pay-per-view event did Triple H main event in his very first World Championship win? Be specific, drop the year and the event name in the comments. Now let's talk about what a Triple H exit actually means for WWE, because this is where it gets terrifying for every single fan watching right now. Triple H is the talent relationships in WWE. He is the reason that CM Punk came back. He is the reason that Sami Zayn got elevated from comedy act to legitimate main event player. He is the reason that the locker room culture shifted from a toxic fear-based environment under Vince McMahon to something that talent actually wanted to be part of. When Triple H walks out of that CCO chair, voluntarily or otherwise, a massive void opens up inside WWE's power structure. And into that void, something or someone will step. The question is what? The question is who? There are already names being whispered in wrestling circles. Veterans of the industry who have the clout, the relationships, and the vision to step into a role this large. We're talking about figures whose influence over wrestling history is so massive that just attaching their name to WWE's creative direction would send the internet into a complete frenzy. And sources aren't being quiet about the fact that TKO has already begun exploratory conversations. This isn't speculation anymore. This is a transition that is reportedly already in motion. What makes this story even more infuriating for hardcore WWE fans is the timing. We are days away from WrestleMania 42, The grandest stage in sports entertainment history, the event that Triple H himself has poured months of energy into shaping. And now the man who built the card might not even be present in his current capacity when the pyro goes off. Think about what that means for every storyline currently in motion. Think about what that means for CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Think about what it means for Seth Rollins, whose entire arc has been tied to Triple H's creative vision. Think about what it means for the Bloodline saga and where it goes after WrestleMania. Every thread of every story is now dangling in the wind while TKO figures out who holds the scissors going forward. And here's the thing that nobody in mainstream wrestling media is saying loudly enough: Triple H is not entirely the villain in this story. The man walked into an impossible situation when Vince McMahon's world collapsed. He inherited a roster mid-cycle, a fanbase with unrealistic expectations, and a corporate parent that wanted immediate results on a foundation that needed long-term rebuilding. The mystery caller failure wasn't born in a vacuum. It was born from the pressure of having to constantly generate must-see moments on a weekly television schedule that demands more than any creative team can sustainably deliver. Triple H was being asked to be a miracle worker every single Friday night, and miracle workers eventually run out of miracles. But none of that changes what TKO sees in their data. None of that softens the blow of viral mockery. None of that saves a throne when the people writing the checks have already made up their minds. The game spent 30 years building an empire inside WWE. He bled for this company, literally and figuratively. He married into its legacy and then carved out his own. And now, if these reports are accurate, is being shown the door by the same corporate machinery that consumed the company he gave everything to protect. Drop your reactions in the comments right now. Are you devastated? Are you furious? Do you think TKO is making a catastrophic mistake, or do you think this change is exactly what WWE needs heading into a new era? Share this video immediately because this story is going to move fast and you need to make sure every wrestling fan in your circle knows what is happening before the next bombshell drops. The landscape of WWE just shifted violently, and we are only at the beginning of finding out how deep this earthquake truly goes.